So I feel we need some working class people, people that have lived a real life, people that are in touch with what's going on in reality, to maybe come to the front now and you know, start to getting involved in how this country's run.
Who knows about Brexit?
Yeah, quite.
No one's got a fucking clue what Brexit is, yeah? You watch Question Time, it's comedy.
Were you no clearer when Jeremy Corbyn
No, I
explained
ain't got a
Labour's
clue.
policy?
No one knows what it is. It's like this mad riddle that no one knows.
Clear, but as a member of Parliament, I have a responsibility for British jobs, British workers.
Your job is to represent the public, the people who elect you. Start doing your job. If you don't like it, clear off.
What happens when a leader takes charge not because the people believe in them, but because there's simply no one else left? That's exactly the question Danny Dyer just threw at Keir Starmer in a brutally honest interview. Dyer didn't hold back. I don't like this man. I don't trust this man. He got the job handed to him on a plate. So, what are you going to do to show us you're different? And then the knockout blow, and now he's gone straight in on pensioners. I find that absolutely fascinating. Ouch, Dyer. The point was crystal clear. Starmer didn't earn the public's trust. He just happened to be standing there when the Tory ship sank, which leaves one uncomfortable question hanging in the air. If a leader never wins your confidence, only your resignation, can they ever truly lead?
I must learn now that the people who went to Eton can't run this country. Okay, they've done it, they've tried to do it, and this little small group who all went to the same school in the same class, it doesn't work. So I feel we need some working class people, people that have lived a real life, people that are in touch with what's going on in reality, to maybe come to the front now and you know, start to getting it.
And this frustration isn't just aimed at Starmer. Angela Rayner's leadership is starting to unravel, too. She was supposed to be the voice of the working class, the tough, no-nonsense deputy who balanced Starmer's polished lawyerly style. Instead, she's become a bystander, watching as policies roll out that alienate the very people she's meant to defend. When the pressure's on, Rayner often fumbles, unsure, unprepared, and out of touch. How can someone who claims to stand for working people be so hesitant when challenged? And it's not just the missteps in interviews, it's her choices. She should be pushing back on policies that hurt ordinary families. Instead, she's stood quietly by while Starmer's government pushed through changes that many see as a betrayal of the working class. So whose side is she really on? The people who put her there, or the man in number 10?
They raised the capital gains tax in the coalition government.
Well, what I'm saying, Andrew, and
what you're saying is wrong.
No,
they raised the capital gains tax to 28%.
What I'm saying, you don't cut taxes when you need that money to help. You should be investing.
You don't know, do you?
You should be investing
you just
in those
don't know,
services.
Do you?
No, Andrew, I'm talking about investment with the money we've currently got.
Which is it, Angela? You're going to have to make your mind up. Do we have a housing shortage, or do we have too many houses? That's what you said. You said we've plenty of houses, but we've got a housing shortage. Which is it? Don't you know?
Let's talk about Labour's housing plan. On paper it's bold, 1.5 million homes, but scratch the surface and the cracks appear. Critics say Labour's own figures show that 5 out of every 7 of those homes will go to migrants. Angela Rayner has been quick to deny it, insisting the plan is for everyone. The problem, every time she tries to explain, her case unravels. The more she talks, the less convincing she sounds. And that's the real issue: trust. Labour's numbers don't line up with Labour's words. When the public sees those contradictions, confidence collapses. The housing crisis is urgent. People want solutions, not spin. But instead of clarity, Labour's offering more questions and even more confusion.
Remind you that you have said yourselves as a government, we're going to need 2.5 million migrants. Some of them, by the way, people are going to build the houses. Suddenly there's a lot of housing. Where are these people going to go?
Well, Trevor, first of all, when you say about building as well, the previous government did use migrant labour far too much instead of actually building skills here in the UK. I've announced £140 million for new construction hubs so that we can train people here to deliver those housing. So I don't accept that we're going to bring migrants in for that. We've always said that actually we need to skill our own people up. But equally, we need to build the homes that people need.
So, there are plenty of homes, she says, but we have a housing crisis. Plenty of houses, plenty of homes in this country, but we have a housing shortage.
But that's just the start of Labour's troubles. For many it feels like the party has turned its back on the very people who built it. Pensioners and farmers. Labour promised to protect pensioners, yet cuts to vital benefits like winter fuel payments have left thousands feeling abandoned. Meanwhile, farmers who've spent their lives feeding the nation now face inheritance tax changes that could wipe out family farms overnight. These aren't abstract policy tweaks, they're personal body blows to people who've lived by hard work and loyalty. And here's the question Labour can't escape. How can Angela Rayner stand by while these policies punish the very people she vowed to defend? If she won't push back, what does that say about her commitment to the working class? Here's the kicker: Labour campaigned on protecting pensioners, farmers, and working families. But the moment they got power, their first moves hit those groups the hardest. Promising change is easy. Keeping your word, that's the real test. And for many, this doesn't feel like failure, it feels like betrayal.
Paid to do, and if you can't, get out and let someone else have a go.
But again, it's the blatant, there's playing at being these rich people. You know, they're all these grace and favour properties. Angela Rayner's about to be moved into a flat, I think, that royalty have lived in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's about to be moved, it's Admiralty Place or something. So she's going to be moving into that. Keir Starmer's got his grace and favour, you know, not only number 10, but the big country estate, Chequers. Is it Chequers? Yeah. And then Rachel Reeves has got the other.
It all comes down to one thing: trust. Labour promised pensioners their benefits were safe. They promised the working class taxes wouldn't rise. Yet just months into power, taxes are creeping up and the benefits pensioners rely on are being cut. How can anyone trust a party that says one thing and does the exact opposite? For families who have worked hard for generations, this isn't just a policy shift, it's a personal betrayal. And when trust collapses, the entire political system starts to feel unstable. That's where we are now. Keir Starmer and Angela Rayner came in with bold promises, but their actions leave people asking, do they even have a real plan? Worse still, Labour isn't leading, they're reacting. Instead of offering a clear vision for the future, their decisions look rushed, half-baked, and damaging. Especially to the very people who have been the backbone of their support for decades.
Unenforced errors. No one was calling for this farming policy. I think with the national insurance, 25 billion, you could say, well, I had to do that for the NHS, etc. But this was trivial sums. And so I think that, you know, look, Keir Starmer is not going to stand there in an interview and put his hands up and admit he got it wrong. A more aware government perhaps might want...
Wouldn't that be the smart thing to do, though? Just to say, look, we had to reset the whole thing a couple of weeks back. We did that because, obviously, some of what we were doing was perceived wrongly, or something, you know, say something to acknowledge the fact that people are not happy.
I think that there's a way of doing a U-turn. I'm not sure we're going to just come out and say it honestly in a question. And of course, I mean, a cynic might say, why break the habit of a lifetime and give an honest answer to an honest question?
Let's talk about Labour's economic policies. They promised not to raise taxes on ordinary people, yet pensioners and farmers are already feeling the squeeze. These aren't the actions of a government. With a clear plan, they're the desperate moves of a party scrambling to plug holes without a real strategy. And if Labour can't explain its own policies without tying itself in knots, how can the public trust them to lead the country? Here's the bigger question. What is Labour's vision for the future? Right now, it looks like they're stumbling from one decision to the next, reacting to problems instead of solving them. The confusion, the contradictions, it's all adding up. The working class, once the backbone of Labour's support, now feels abandoned. Pensioners who believed Labour would protect them are watching their benefits vanish. Farmers who have kept a nation fed for decades are left wondering.
The truth is, this winter, people will be suffering because of his choices. The economy is shrinking, inflation is going up, and jobs are being lost because of his budget. Pensioners won't be able to heat their homes because of his government's decisions. They raised people's hopes but then smashed them with broken promises. And now we learn that he is about to give away our hard-won Brexit freedoms. Mr. Speaker.
Across the country, people are losing faith in Labour's ability to govern. Their promises are sounding hollow. Their actions don't match their words. Labour is on the verge of alienating the very people who have stood by them for decades. If they keep breaking promises and stumbling through leadership, they risk losing not just the public's trust, but their entire identity as the party for the people. Time is running out. Can Starmer and Rayner turn things around before it's too late, or have they already lost the trust they so desperately need?